So there's a couple different ways to get rid of your canvas texture. You don't want to have any evidence of canvas. Again, it's kind of amateur. You can just take a damp circular sponge, which is for sculpting, not for cleaning the table, and you can polish it. You can take a rib tool, so just a back and forth motion with a rib tool. This red thing is a rib tool. Remember, there's different types of rib tools depending on the flexibility and texture of them. This is also great because you're continuously blending the fibers of the clay together, just making for a stronger piece of clay. Right? You can flip it over, but you're probably going to end up getting the canvas texture on the other side anyway, so one side is fine. Whenever you want a straight edge, you're going to go ahead and use a straight edge, right? Pin tool for cutting. Always cut on the bad side. So here's my beautiful tiles right here. We always cut on the bad side of the clay, the side of the clay that we're not going to use, because if you ever slip, like, whoa, shoot, right? You can just do it again. Not a big deal. So I didn't do any damage. Cut a right angle. 90 degrees. Measure 4 inches. Now both sides are good. And I'll do another 4 inches. Right, so there's your there's 2 test tiles. Now with each one of these, if you don't burnish the edges, it's going to be sharp like glass. So just make sure you clean up your work. Hand model. Yes. What you're going to want to do so they don't warp is just scratch up the other side of it. And maybe somewhere you put your initials. This will prevent warping when it's in the cage. And then on this side, you can have fun and texturize it. I have a box of texturizing tools. You might apply one and decide you don't like it, and then you can just clean it off and start all over again. But you could try a bit of lace. If you lay it on here, and then you take the back of like a wooden modeling tool and just blend until you don't see the lace anymore. And then you have a nice texture in there. Try some stamps. See if you like those. You can press it down on your clay. You can use a wooden modeling tool or a rib tool. You could run it back through the slab roller just to see. A meat cleaver. That might be cool to get some cool texture in there. And this is a hint about what we're going to be doing for your next project. It's going to require a minimum of 6 textures. So experiment, play, erase.